Hey everyone, it's Jordan, Millionaire Millennial. If you haven't already subscribed, be sure to do so and click that bell so you get notified anytime that I release a new video. In this video, I have a very special guest for you guys. His name is Ryan Scribner, and he's an expert in investing not only in the stock market, but also just investing tips in general and helping you build your income and build your wealth over time. So without further ado, here's Ryan.
How's it going today, guys? So my name is Ryan Scribner. I have an investing channel on YouTube where I talk about many financial education topics related to investing as well as the stock market. I wanted to thank Jordan for giving me the opportunity to come on and talk with you guys basically about some ways that you can save money and invest while owning a business. The first piece of advice I want to give you guys is to invest in your business first. Basically, if you can increase the returns that you're generating from your business, you want to do that first before you consider investing in your future. An example of this related to having an Amazon business would be buying items in higher quantities, being able to get a lower price on those, so when you do sell them, you have a higher profit margin. You want to make sure that your business is growing and that the money that you're setting aside to possibly use as investment money wouldn't be better suited being used in your business to speed up the growth of your business or to increase your profit margins. If you do have money set aside and you don't think that that money could be used to increase the growth of your business or increase profit margins, the next thing I would recommend is my number 2 tip, which is to have liquid assets. As a business owner, having a cash savings is very important. Since you don't have steady income from a job and you're owning a business, you know that your income could fluctuate at any time due to circumstances that you may be in control of or may not be in control of. I basically have 3 goals here for you. Your first goal should be to get the business to a point where you can make a living. Your second goal should be to set up a cushion for yourself and for your business. Now, these should be separate cash savings. These should not be combined. I'm going to talk later with you about how you should look at your business as a separate entity entirely. Once you have done these 2 things, your third goal should be to plan on investing for your future. It's very important to have liquid assets as a business owner because you need a rainy day fund. An example of this related to an Amazon business would be tying up too much money in one item that's not selling well. Maybe you've sold an item in the past that you know sells well. If you have cash savings, you can use that money to buy more of that item to be able to generate sales and generate income from your business. If you didn't have a cash savings, you might not have that opportunity available to you. Remember that cash is the lifeblood of a business, and most businesses fail due to a lack of capital. That is why it is of crucial importance to have a cash cushion for your business before you consider investing. My third piece of advice for you is to look at your business as a separate entity and do not make the fatal mistake of treating your business like an ATM where you're just withdrawing cash from it. Your business should not be a funnel where $1 in equals $1 out. It's not a cash machine. Like I said before, the first thing you want to do is to reinvest in your own business. Once you're able to make a living doing this, you're going to want to pay yourself a salary. Then what you can do is take a portion of that salary and invest it in your own future. My next piece of advice for you is to take risks with your business, not with stocks. I largely invest in stocks, but it's something that I can dedicate my time towards. Your business should be your main focus, so you don't want to waste your time worrying about picking stocks or watching stocks. That's what you call an active investment. Your time is your most valuable resource, so you don't want to be wasting it worrying about your investments. You're going to want to spend your time working on growing your business and figuring out how to scale your business. So you want what we call passive investments instead of active investments that require your time. One of the things most people invest in is a mutual fund, and I'm going to recommend that you guys avoid investing in mutual funds simply because you're wasting a lot of money on management expenses, and even a small percentage over a large amount of time can be hundreds of thousands of dollars. What I'm going to recommend to you as far as a passive investment is to invest in what's called an index fund. Index funds give you the added benefit of diversification without the active management fees. In fact, in most cases, these index funds outperform the actively managed mutual funds. So the guy that you're paying to manage your money is not even able to beat market returns in most cases. So what exactly are you paying them for with those management fees and those transaction fees? Every time that they restructure the portfolio and change around the investments, you're paying some kind of fee for that. And if they're not even able to beat what the market pays, why are you doing that? What is the benefit of having active money management? That's the big question. Rather than paying someone to actively manage your money and rack up those investing costs, just invest in an index fund, which gives you broad exposure to the market. So index funds hold investments, which results in fewer or no trading costs. When you invest in a mutual fund and they're actively trading investments and restructuring it, you're paying trading costs every time you do that. Now, if you decide to invest in individual stocks and you trade stocks through a stockbroker, you're going to be paying transaction costs every time you buy a stock and sell a stock. Now, this may not seem like a lot of money, but for active traders, this adds up to a lot of money being wasted just in transaction costs. Like we said before too, I don't think that most business owners want to invest in stocks because that's an active investment. That's going to require your time, it's also going to require your energy, and you're going to need to be monitoring those stocks and deciding the best time to buy those stocks and the best time to sell those stocks. You want a set it and forget it type investment because your business is going to be taking the majority of your time. Rather than take risks investing in a stock, take the risks in your own business. Maybe you're deciding to expand into a different product or whatever it is you decide to do. Any way you can scale or grow your business, the investments that give you the best return on investment are always investments in yourself or in your own business. So as a business owner, I would not recommend investing in high-risk investments like individual stocks. Index funds are also more tax efficient. Every time investments are sold within a mutual fund, you have to pay a capital gains tax on that. But when investments are not being sold, there's actually less of a tax drag on that, so you get a better return on your investment over time. So that's just one of many benefits of index funds over mutual funds. As far as which index fund is the best, I highly recommend Vanguard index funds. The average Vanguard index fund expense ratio is 71% less than the industry average. And the lower the expense ratio is, the more money stays in your pocket and the more money is being reinvested. I know this may not sound like a lot of money, but if you look up the cost of mutual funds with just 1 or 2% expense ratios, over 30 or 40 years, we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars or more that you've lost in expense ratios. This is largely due to compound interest, something that you want to take advantage of as an investor. So just understand that even though it sounds like a small amount of money, we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars in long-term investments being lost with high expense ratios. As far as which index funds to invest in, I'm going to give you guys 6 recommendations here. If you want to learn more about these, I'm going to give you the symbol of them. Just type them into Google. It will bring you right to the Vanguard page and you can learn more about them. I just want to state to you guys that I am in no way being paid by Vanguard to offer these. I simply want to give you guys the best advice possible and give you my best recommendation. These are the funds that I recommend to anyone, and I am in no way getting any kind of kickback by recommending these to you guys. Number 1 is VTI, which is the Vanguard Total Stock Market ETF. This basically gives you exposure to the total United States stock market. Number 2 is VXUS, which is the Vanguard Total International Stock Market ETF. This gives you exposure to all non-United States stocks. So this is exposure to global stocks outside of the US. Number 3 is VT, which is Vanguard Total World Stock ETF, which gives you exposure to not only the United States stocks, but the stocks in the rest of the globe as well. The VT Vanguard Total World Stock ETF gives you the most diversification and the broadest exposure possible. An ETF is an exchange-traded fund. What this means is that exchange-traded funds trade on a secondary market through a stockbroker. So in order to invest in an ETF, you would need to have a trading account of some kind. You would have to go through a secondary market through a stockbroker and buy these funds on an exchange. So in order to do that, you would have to open up a trading account and do this online yourself, or call up a stockbroker who could do this for you. There is an easier way to do this, and this is called Admiral Shares through Vanguard. When you invest through Admiral Shares, you don't have to do this through a secondary market through a stockbroker. So my 4th recommendation would be the VTSAX, which is the Vanguard Total Stock Market Admiral Shares. This gives you exposure to the total US stock market through Admiral Shares. I'll explain what that is in a second. And then we have VTIAX, which gives you exposure to Vanguard Total International Stock Market, which is going to be everything outside of the US, and this is also Admiral Shares. Now, Admiral Shares are a special class of Vanguard index funds with a lower expense ratio as a result of larger accounts. So basically, because there's a larger amount of money under management, they can charge a significantly lower expense ratio. The only thing with this is there is a higher minimum account balance, so there is a higher minimum balance to open up one of these accounts with Admiral Shares. But the benefit of this is you don't have to go through a secondary market or through a stockbroker. You can just go on Vanguard.com and invest directly in this. Now, if you're looking to have exposure to all global markets, not just international or just US, there is the VTWSX, which is the Vanguard Total World Stock, but this is investor shares. So this is a slightly higher expense ratio than those Admiral shares. They don't have a Vanguard Total World Stock Admiral shares plan available yet. So it's not a ton of money. It's still a very low expense ratio, but it is slightly higher than those Admiral shares. So this is basically what I would recommend to you as a business owner. Once you've done all of these steps I talked about before, and you're thinking about investing in your future, I highly recommend a passive investment strategy and keeping the risks within your business, not within your investments. So as someone who is planning for the future, which is very important, I think that this is your best option as a business owner, is to look at some of these Vanguard index funds. And there are other funds available if you want to invest in small cap, mid cap, or large cap stocks. If you want to have slightly more risk, obviously these are lower risk investments that will have lower return. Obviously your risk corresponds with your return, but this is just what I would recommend for the average business owner who's looking for a passive investing strategy. Anyways guys, that's pretty much all I got for this video. Again, I would like to thank Jordan for giving me the opportunity to come on and talk to you guys about this. And I just want to encourage you guys to start investing young so you can take advantage of that compound interest. The difference between investing at the age of 20 and investing at the age of 30 is earth-shattering as far as how much money you will have years down the road. So while it's important to have stability within your business before you start investing in your future, you also don't want to put it off too long, because at that point you won't be able to take advantage of the compound interest. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.